What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button. Hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. With this issue, we are jumping into Batman the Knight, issue number 4. If you have not been keeping up with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. This has been the early days of Bruce Wayne, trying to figure out how he can gain all of these skills. His path led him to Henry Deckard. A list that Bruce Wayne had retrieved from him gives him the names of many individuals. These are people that can help him really hone his abilities. From martial arts to detective work to spying to burglary, everything that he needs to know to become the best of the best. And that's what takes him to North Korea. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 4, we are picking up in the mountains of North Korea. This is the first location that Bruce Wayne needs to come to. He has come to train to be the best of the best. Upon arriving, he is met by one of the students. And it doesn't take much to put Bruce Wayne down on his butt. Time and time again, a new student each time. Days come and nights pass. Bruce Wayne sits out here and he waits. With each new arriving student, Bruce Wayne does what he can to hold up his defense. But in comparison to these students, he is nothing. After he's taken one heck of a freaking beating, they finally let him inside. They let him greet Master Kirigi. As Bruce Wayne goes to tell him exactly why he wants to train with him, the Master does not care in the slightest bit. The only thing he cares about is you becoming one with the art. You focus on the work and nothing else. And so the training begins, believing that he needs to do everything on his own. During the course of this training, this is where he meets an individual by the name of Anton, not giving a last name, and Bruce Wayne lets him know that his name is Jack. As we see the friendship build between them, we learn that Anton, he had been taken down by an individual named the Jade Brawler. Taking pity on him, this guy told him where to find this place. Coming here to train, he vowed that that would never happen to him again, that he would never be defeated in that manner. And Bruce divulges that he really wants to be a better person. He wants to help the world, and he needs to learn from the best to do that. He has no illusion what the Master is though, because the truth is, many authorities are looking for him, many countries, blaming him and his training because he trains anybody. They could be assassins, they could be heroes, it does not matter to him. And because of this training, the authorities and governments link it to him. But to become the best, he has to train with the very best. And there is no better than Master Kirigi. As the days continue on, they turn into weeks, which turn into months. And before he knows it, he has been here for an entire year. And in this year, he has made very good friends with Anton, both of them leveling up so very quickly. It is only going to be a matter of time before Bruce Wayne can leave this place and move on to the next person on the list. One day as they are training, this is when they get some new students. Not taking a beating like Bruce Wayne had done, part of him wants to question what the Master is doing, why these guys aren't getting the same punishment, the same hazing that he had received. But he stays quiet. He observes everything going on, knowing that this place is not what it seems. He needs to do a little bit more digging. Taking us to the next day, all of them, they begin sparring. Bruce Wayne taking on one of these new students, and this guy is super aggressive. He is super violent, and he goes in time after time. The Master breaks this up, telling both of them to go in opposite directions. At this point, Bruce Wayne, he's a little bit upset because in the year he has been here, he has never seen students be treated in such a better manner than everybody else. It's as if they are getting very special privileges. They are allowed to bend the rules. Later that night, him and Anton, they have a conversation about everything that is currently going on. And while Anton, he feels the very same way that Bruce does, he lets him know that you gotta pick your battles. You wanna be a crime fighter, you wanna go out here and save the world. You have to know which battles you can win and which ones that you need to plan for. And with him being so very close to graduating, he lets him know that you gotta tough it out. Because if you wanna be the very best, you have to finish this training. Taking us to the next day, he is getting ready to show them a new move, one known as the lethal vibrating palm technique. Hitting several pressure points at the exact same time, it puts the individual into cardiac arrest. Bruce Wayne, hearing this information, he turns from formation and he walks away. Anton following him shortly after to find him packing up his stuff. Because he didn't come here to kill people. The Master knows that his techniques have killed people before, and yet he still sits here and he teaches everybody how to do it so easily that if he continues down this path, he feels like it will take a part of his soul. Anton wanting to come with him, Bruce Wayne lets him know that he has to go this path alone. Packing up all of his stuff and heading out, the Master stops him right before he leaves, calling him Bruce Wayne, saying that he has known this entire time and that if he wants to reach his full potential, he has to finish his training, because if he does, he will be unstoppable. Asking who those new students are, he lets him know that this is the price he has to pay. These guys are assassins in training, sent by his benefactor. He shepherds them and then lets them loose into the world. This is how he does everything he does and stays safe, ensures that nobody messes with him. He is able to teach the world about his skills, and on occasion, he has to train some assassins, letting him know that him having this knowledge, it will only make the world a better place. That whatever you do with the information I teach you, that is completely up to you. With Bruce Wayne saying that he might use that technique on the Master, he says nothing more and then walks away. Bruce Wayne heading out, traversing through the snow. This is where he is met by those assassins, trying to get out in the open so he has some kind of chance of being able to survive this ambush. We can see how far his training has really brought him. At the end of the day, he is completely outnumbered, and while he is laying down some heavy freaking hits, it looks like he might be losing this fight. That is, until we have the arrival of Anton. The two of them going back to back, working so well together after all of this time. They are easily able to take down these assassins. Now Anton can definitely not go back to the dojo. Bruce Wayne is gonna be stuck with him, but this is something that he's not really annoyed by. In fact, this is something that he welcomes. I think this is the first time that Bruce Wayne recognizes he doesn't have to do this all by himself. And so by all appearances, it looks like Anton might be on his side. But on the other hand, he might just be getting very close to him so that he can take him down. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I have been having a lot of fun with the Knight. The early days of Batman, coming out of Batman the Detective with Henry Deckard, we're really getting the backstory of who Henry Deckard is, how he had such a big influence on Bruce Wayne. But we're also learning that Henry was just the beginning. Batman is going all over the world, learning from the best of the best in everything. But he's also learning that he doesn't have to do this on his own. This is where he first realizes that he can have a partner or a sidekick. Eventually, it will lead to him building his Bat family, starting with Robin. But for so long, Bruce Wayne has believed that he carried the world on his shoulders, that this burden was his alone. After spending an entire year with Anton, he is starting to understand that that is not the truth. That working together, having individuals that you can lean on and you can trust, these are very, very valuable things. Though this trust, it may very well be backfiring on him. Anton could be the epitome of everything he despises. Could be setting him up for the biggest betrayal yet. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the super thanks button. That button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, like this video, and until the next breakdown.